Hi everybody, back. Baby's still asleep. We'll carry on with the discussion that we had started in previous videos. We've been working on the problem solving, the lean practical problem solving method. Been over that pretty well, showing you how all this came together using that. I talked about this term called Kaizen, continuous improvement. And some of you astutely, as we watched what it took to get this garage office set up and the desk around me that is here underneath all of this, the desk down below, and then my awesome computer and monitor setup. It's worked out well. There were some iterations to continuously improve that as I had checked how things had gone along. I made a few improvements and got a few other things going, and it worked. And what some of you have observed in trying to limit the scope of that initial thing coming up, you had all identified, yes, it would be great to try and make this whole thing tidy and look really great to begin with, but that was outside of the immediate scope of just getting my office space set up here. However, now, we've made it through that phase of what I could say, that element of a project or that element of the problem has been solved pretty nicely. But if you take a look again at my desk right now, maybe a little bit upside down, things are not particularly organized here. This is better than it had been. Oop, I don't want to show the checkbook there too much, but yeah, I don't have everything actually laid out in space now, or at least my workspace in a particularly organized or thought out layout yet. This is where we're going to get to this. It's very similar to the lean practical problem solving method, but it's very specific application that you're going to see continuously throughout your life, that your workspaces, if you happen to get into manufacturing, even more so, but even at home, around the house, you have to conduct work. That I could dare call it standard work. If you're at your desk, if you have a desk space at your home, you typically are probably doing homework, your own work, maybe video gaming and all the rest. But there are some kind of common activities that you would take on in that particular area. If you were to imagine your kitchen, hopefully if your family cooks together and does that, there's going to be certain kind of standardized work activities that would take place in that space. Now, you may not have put time and thought and effort into it yet, but there are ways that that space could be laid out more effectively or be more improved so that you can get your work done more quickly with fewer errors, mistakes. Let's see. What else are some of our other ways to eliminate waste, areas of waste? Well, extra handling. We talked about missing time, so speed, so not having to wait for things or waste time looking for things. So, this concept of the 5S method is a specifically canned or pre-organized series of steps that you can take to organize a workspace. That very much they mirror the practical problem-solving methods, but it's specifically applied towards organizing and improving an area. So I'll go over very briefly right now what the steps are, but we're going to get very much more in depth to the first step in a moment. Okay, but overall, the 5 steps are: number 1, sort. Number 2, set in place. 3, shine. 4, standardize. 5, sustain. And if you want to include a 6th one in there, the manufacturing environment, hold on, Lona, angry dog. Safety is another one. If you're in an industrial environment and even around your house, thinking and keeping things safe whenever you do something is very important. Because if you're doing something unsafe and you hurt yourself, guess what? That's a lot of wasted time and effort, and it's not good. You cannot continue to do work. If you're just thinking in an economic sense, that's not good. You can't earn money. But just generally from a human standpoint, being hurt and unhealthy, not a good thing. Very much something to be avoided. Correct, Evie? Yeah, you got to do everything to keep you safe here, baby. So anyway, that's the brief introduction as to what we're going to be doing next here. 5S, and it's going to lead into the project that you all will be able to take on at home here over the next coming days and weeks.